Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important happenings, but to possibly even answer questions you don't know you have. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and on this website, onthisday.com. For links to these sources, and music in the background, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar in the description below. And go check out our link tree and all the stuff that we are to collect throughout this show. Anybody watching after the stream, anything that we've collected is obviously down in the underbar of the description. Anyway, I am Xander. I am joined by the lovely Who is Alice, a.k.a. Stapes, a.k.a. many other nicknames that are not really for the general audiences, some of them actually. And of course, you viewer are you. Today is Tearsday, a.k.a. Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. So let's get into the history today, shall we? And yes, yesterday was a date of, remembrance and whatnot, but some interesting and important things did happen on this date as well. Starting us off in the year 490 BC, this is the traditional date of the Battle of Marathon, where a small Athenian force defeated the Persian Empire. Why did I almost say Armenian? The Armenians... No, Athenians. And yes, this is where the marathon, 26 point whatever miles, and Nike, which means victory, and all that stuff comes from. Moving on up to 1396, one hell of a time jump there. Crusaders under Earl of Nevers reached Nicopolis. Alright. 1624, the first submarine publicly tested in London on the Thames for King James I. Well, let's take a look at that here. The first submarine. Now, we've had submarines, obviously, in the Revolutionary and the U.S. Civil Wars, or American Civil Wars. War, at least, now singular for now, the time being. But there is for lack of a better term, folklore or myths that Alexander the Great actually was in the first, not really submarine, it was more of an overturned glass thing, so he was in a bubble, and he went underwater to explore what was beneath the waves in the Mediterranean. But anyway, here the Drebel 1620 to 1624. Drebel's sub was probably a modified rowboat created or coated in greased leather and manned by a team of oarsmen. Sometime around 1620, he used it to dive 15 feet beneath the River Thames, using a demonstration witnessed by King James and thousands of astonished Londoners. Oh yeah. So let's see here. Images. Oh, this thing. Wow. That's the Drebel. Alright. That must have been a sight to see. Huh. What else do we have here? 1662, John Flamsteed saw a partial solar eclipse, and this stirred his interest in astronomy. Alright. A good old, the first astronomer royal, John Flamsteed. 1683, Austro-Ottoman War, Battle of Vienna. Several European armies joined forces to defeat the Ottoman Empire. Alright. 1695, New York Jews petitioned Governor Dongan for religious liberties. And I want to go back to this Ottoman thing. The Ottoman Empire is what the Persian Empire became. Or at least, those lands and those people. So that's interesting. 1751, Amsterdam refused establishment of Jewish ghetto. So, I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, because, we don't want anybody living in ghettos. But were they just not allowing Jews in, period? Was ghetto their one way in? Does anybody know more about this event? Please let us know in the comments section. We got to move on up here, though. 1755, Giacomo Casanova was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment in Venice without trial for affront to religion and common decency. Yeah, this guy was a womanizer, going around. He was basically the Charlie Sheen of his day. So, although maybe less white powder, if any, and tiger blood and winning and one speed go and all that crap. But he probably did have angels in that term. 1758, French astronomer Charles Messier mistakenly identified the Crab Nebula and began his Messier catalog. How do you mistakenly identify a nebula? He identified a nebula and called it the Crab Nebula. Who are we to say he was wrong? What the hell? I don't know. If anybody knows a little bit more about that, that'd be nice, because this is odd. We also have in 1759, British soldiers captured the town of Quebec. All right. 1776, Nathan Hale left Harlem Heights Camp, 127th Street, for a spy mission. Ooh. All right. What else do we got here? 1787, the American statesman George Mason suggested the addition of a Bill of Rights to the Constitution modeled on previous state declarations, but the motion was defeated. Huh. The Bill of Rights, as it was created on September 25th, 1789. So this is later. So, you know, well, this is later. This is beforehand. So this is probably like a leading step up towards the Bill of Rights. 2 years later, 1789, Jean-Paul Marat published the first issue of his radical newspaper, Les Publicités Parisiennes, later called L'Ami des Peuples, the Friend of the People, in Paris. All right. That sounds like a suspect name. Like, oh, we're your friends. Trust in us. What else do we got here? 1792, court-martial began for instigators of the mutiny Court-martial began for instigators of the mutiny on the Bounty on board HMS Duke in Portsmouth Harbor, presided over by Vice Admiral Samuel Hood. I mean, this is a scene from the movie here, 1962 MGM film Mutiny on the Bounty. That's a movie I gotta see, actually. Mutiny on the Bounty. Let me add that into movies here real quick. Movie nice. Mutiny on the Bounty. The Swiffer Upper Bounty. I don't know their jingle. We also have in 1829, well before that, in 1824, Moreton Bay Penal State Settlement was established at Redcliffe, Queensland, with about 30 convicts. This later became Brisbane, Australia. Oh, all right. Well, happy birthday, Brisbane. And with how the country is acting today, you're right back to your roots. 1829, the Greek War of Independence ended after 8 years and 6 months. Ah, all right. Go Greece. 1848, Switzerland became a federal state. All right, nice. 1857, 423 people died when the steamship SS Central America, the Ship of Gold, sunk in a hurricane off Cape Romaine, South Carolina, carrying tons of gold coins and bricks from the California Gold Rush. It was later rediscovered in 1988. And this is the first gold nugget discovered in California. All right. So, good old California Gold Rush, Sutter's Mill and all that whatnot. We also have 1862, Battle of Harper's Ferry in Virginia. We spoke about this a couple days ago. Not the battle itself, but Confederate General Robert E. Lee split his forces, and he sent some other guy to command to go to Harper's Ferry. So this is, I believe, when that battle took place. 2 years later, 1874, the 1874 District of Maple Ridge, British Columbia, Canada, was founded. All right. 1876, Belgian King Leopold II opened the Brussels Geographic Conference with 40 invited, mostly geographic experts, voted to establish the International African Association. Huh. All right, that's interesting. We also have in 1878, Cleopatra Needle was installed in London. Installed, not installed. What is installed? Installed. Cleopatra Needle. And it's this one here. Yet another plunder by the Brits, you know, all these ancient Egyptian artifacts. As the saying goes, the reason why the pyramids are still there is because the Brits couldn't haul it off and take it away. If they could have, they would have. Seriously. 1882, Belgian King Leopold II received Pierre Savargana de Braza, and he was an explorer of the Congo. So he was probably asking him about his findings and whatnot. We also have 1885, the highest score, which was 35, recorded in any first-class soccer match was set. All right. So, actually, is this it here, 1885? Yeah, they changed it. That's odd. So, all right, hold on a second. Copy. And then 1885. So, yeah, I'll just put that there. What else do we got here? Fort Salisbury founded. 1890, Cecil Rhodes colonists founded Fort Salisbury, which is now Harare in Zimbabwe. All right. 1895, Annie Londonderry, Annie Kopchavosky arrived in Chicago to complete first round-the-world trip by a woman on a bicycle in 15 months and collected her $10,000 prize. Wow. $10,000 in 1895, that's a lot of money today. That's a lot more money back then. So How much money did she win by equivalency? Let's see here. 1895. $10,000. Let's see here. It would be about $363,917.86 today. I'll ride around the world for that on a bicycle. Hell yeah. 1897, Battle of Saragari. Thousands of Orzaki and Afridi tribesmen overwhelmed and killed at great cost to themselves 21 British Raj Sikh soldiers led by Havildar Ishar Singh at Tira, Northwest Frontier Province, British India. Yikes. The locals are getting restless. Yeah, so they took 21 though. I mean, like I've said this past couple of episodes. There's a lot of accounts in history where it's a very few amounts defending versus an overwhelming force coming to invade. Like, once again, I'll talk about the Alamo. There's this. The Loon yesterday referenced 300, even though that they had 10,000 additional Athenians or whatever with them, but it was still hundreds of thousands of Persians. So it was almost as if it didn't even matter that the extra 10,000 people. But yeah, a lot of great last stands. Often, I believe, they go down, but they still, really, really remarkable things. We also have in 1908, Canada appointed a civil service commission, initiating a more equitable system for selecting civil servants. Okay. 1 year later, in 1909, we have the world's first patent for synthetic rubber was granted to German chemist Fritz Hoffmann. All right. 365 more days later, 1910, Gustav Mahler's 8th Symphony, Symphony of 1000, premiered in Munich with 1,028 musicians. Well, all right, I was given 28 more than I was promised. Cool. 1910 as well, United States' first known female cop was appointed, Alice Stebbins Wells, by the Los Angeles Police Department. All right. Where's my applause for that? There we go. Go, Officer Wells. 1911, Future Baseball Hall of Fame pitchers duel for the final time. Boston Rustler Cy Young versus Christy Mathewson of the Giants. New York won 11-2. That's unfortunate. Maybe if he didn't have such a boyish hairstyle. No, Cy Young, really good pitcher. We also have 1912, Dutch Olympian Committee forms NOC. Okay. 2 years later, Yankee shortstop Roger Peckinpah, at the age of 23, became the youngest manager. Wow, that's impressive. And then 1919, Adolf Hitler joined the obscure German Workers' Party as its 7th member, agreeing not with workers' rights, but with its German nationalism and anti-Semitism. Yikes. So right out of the gate, it was against the Jews. That's not good. I thought that was a thing he added in later. I thought that was his thing, not the actual groups. I thought he turned the group into what he was. Took it over, I don't know. Anyway, while that was going on, the poet Gabriel D'Annunzio organized a militant nationalist group and took Fiume in Rijeka for Italy. Yikes. 1923, Britain took over southern Rhodesia from British South Africa Company. Yep. 1925, George Gershwin and Eric Gershwin's first collaborative musical, Lady Be Good, featuring siblings Fred Astaire and Adele Astaire as a brother and sister dance team, closed at the Liberty Theater in New York City after 330 performances. Where is that? Oh, here it is. Okay, I was not down far enough. Welcome back, Miss Alice. You're still muted, by the way. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but we're going to continue on up here into 1928. Katharine Hepburn's New York City stage debut in Night Hostess. All right. While that was going on, San Felipe Segundo / Okeechobee hurricane made landfall in Guadalupe, French Antilles as a Category 4 storm, killing 1,200 people. Additional damage and fatalities on neighboring islands of Martinique, Montserrat, and Nevis. Dang. 2 years after that, Brooklyn catcher Al Lopez hit Major League's last recorded bounce home run. What the heck is a bounce home run? Let's check that out. Bounce home run. Okay, well, let's see.
Something
here.
You need to ask your pops, dude.
Yeah, I know. Well, he ain't here. He's at work. Thanks for bouncing in. Bounce. Okay, well, this is something else.
Right in the bounce part.
Well, I searched for bounce home run, and it gave me bounce human resources. So,
Oh, there you go.
Is it a home run if it bounces? Yes, if the ball bounces over the fence, it counts as a home run in baseball. This is known as a ground rule double. If the ball hits the top of the fence or hits a player, his glove, or any part of his uniform and clears the fence, yes. Huh. But this was the last bounce home run all the way back in 1930, almost 100 years ago. So.
Wow, so no one's done that one in a long time, huh?
Well, I wonder if it's even legal or anything. That's the thing. Like, maybe... Because I don't know.
If it's legal now, or if they've changed the rules, I don't know.
Because they're saying it still exists, but they're giving me these other terminologies. And baseball is like I've been playing a little game.
There's so many rules.
I've been playing a stupid little game on my phone about baseball, and despite it only having one inning, it still follows all the rules basically of regular baseball. So I'm actually learning from a game. That's how I learn. I learned about world history from Age of Empires, back in the day.
Yay!
So yeah. But anyway, you down to read a few? I don't want to eat into your work time. You're supposed to be working, honestly.
Oh, no. What were we at, 1933?
We are in 1932, this one here.
Okay, so we have 1932, the German government of Papen falls and the Reichstag dissolved.
Ah. All right.
Well, there we go. The more you know. Dude.
That's interesting, though, because that was that was around Hitler's rise to power, and the Reichstag did come back, and then it was burnt down and blamed on the communists. So.
Well, but we also have here, is in 1933, we have the Dutch Parliament accepts ban on uniforms.
That's weird.
You can't wear a uniform.
Okay, so what do they do about their army? Do they just go into war with street clothes going on?
They just look like the militia, back in 1776.
Oh my goodness.
That's what they did. That's the militia.
The Dutch Minutemen, the famous Dutch Minutemen. The Prussians are coming. The Prussians are coming. Two if by land, one if by sea.
I almost want to say the Flying Dutchman's coming.
Flying Dutchman.
No, not the Flying Dutchman.
Oh my God, dude! If there's Dutch pilots, there really are Flying Dutchmen now. Holy crap!
Oh yes, of course they're Dutch pilots. So they are Flying Dutchmen.
Yes.
That's what
else do we have
right
here?
Let's go to 1933 again. We have Leo Szilard waiting for a red light on Southampton Row in Bloomsbury. Conceives idea of a nuclear chain reaction.
Wow. That's the same thing as when Einstein was riding a bus or waiting for a bus, something involving a bus, and then he came up with the theory of relativity. What is it? Tesla too.
The bird, and then he got what is that current? He did
What do you mean the bird?
No, he saw a pigeon, and all of a sudden he got an epiphany of reoccurring current or whatever it was current.
Alternating current.
Alternating current. Thank you.
Huh.
Yeah, he's or maybe that was the end of the whole drunken thing. He fell in love with a pigeon.
Yeah, I don't remember a pigeon being in his life.
He had a vision when he was outside, and all of a sudden he saw a vision of alternating currents. It popped into his head.
We still gotta watch Oppenheimer, Alice. Oh, or did you see it?
I know. I want to.
Why don't we do that tonight? Why don't we do that tonight if we can?
If we can, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go to 1934 here. We have Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania signs the Baltic Entente against the USSR.
Well, you were right. The United Soviet Socialist Republic. So you're going in the right direction. I assume you're going to go with the States of America after United, which would have been wrong. So.
Well, are you sure about that nowadays?
No, I'm not sure about anything anymore these days. So.
Anyways, let's move up to 1935. We have a millionaire, Howard Hughes, flies his own designated H-1 racer plane, and then record of 352.46 miles an hour, which would be
67
kilometers per. Oh, 67. I'm sorry. I have a crack on my screen, so it got. Yeah, it's 567 kilometers an hour at Santa Ana in California.
Hey, I know where that's at.
Oh, I bet you do.
Yeah. So it was this one. Oh, this is the one in the movie Aviator. Like, he wanted all the rivets sanded down and aerodynamics and everything.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. The Aviator, by the way, good movie. So
it is a good movie, but Leonardo
ending,
DiCaprio was kind of lackluster in it.
Well, I mean, like, he did a good performance, I believe, and like at the end when he was like, starting to have his OCD freakouts, it's like, oh my god, that is where it went. Like, that's creepy, like. So.
Yeah. What else do we have here?
I'm gonna move us up to 1938 here. Go for it.
All right, 1938, Adolf Hitler demands self-determination for Sudeten Germans in Czech.
So Czechoslovakia at the time.
Yeah. Well, it might have just been Czech at the time, but it then became Czechoslovakia, and then...
Well, no, it was Czechoslovakia at the beginning, and then there was Chechnya, and then Slovakia, and I believe, and then...
And now the Czech Republic.
Yeah, they split. They didn't combine.
Yeah, Austria-Hungary, too, they split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's an Alice article on Lady Death.
Oh my gosh, do we have one here. In 1940, 49 die and 200 injured when Hercules Powder Company plant explodes in Jersey, New Jersey.
That's that powder facility. Holy crap. That's not good.
That's not so good. We also have same day, same year, in 1940, we have 4 teens following their dog down a hole near Lascox Front, as you crois, let's just say, and discover 17,000-year-old drawings known as the Lascaux cave paintings. Oh my god, I didn't know it was teens that discovered it with their dog.
Yeah, no, these are like some of the most famous and preserved. Yeah, no, because like they don't want any carbon. But, however, they did make a 1-to-1. Well, not a 1-to-1, but like they have like certain like areas mimicked in an area you can visit. So you can like visit, select sections of the cave that have been mimicked. So you can't go in the actual caves themselves and explore the whole thing. But some sections are, what's the word? Like, not reenacted.
Available. But yeah, they don't want, because they don't want, the CO2 from our breathing to also affect it. Yeah. Or something.
What I'm saying is, they built, like, a movie set. They built, like, a movie set of, it's a copy-paste of the original ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else do we got here?
It's crazy. I'm going to go see it, man.
I do too.
Yeah, it's your turn, buddy.
1940, Italian troops entered Egypt. Yep, in Egypt. Egypt was Italy. Italy did have several colonies. They literally just conquered Ethiopia in 1939. So I think that's when the World War already had started, World War II. So, but then 1 year after that, the first German ship in World War II captured by U.S. ship Busco. Cool.
Wow!
We got one. So, we got one of their ships. Woo! 1942, Free Poland and Belgium asked Pope to condemn Nazi war crimes. Really sad state of affairs when you have to ask the Pope of all people to condemn such things. They should already be doing it, right out of the chute, And then 1943, Waffen-SS Scorinzi freed Benito Mussolini at Gran Sasso. And this is after the Italians had enough with Mussolini and his warmongering ways. Italy was not prepared for the Second World War at all. They were stretched far too thin. That's the reason why Germany was in northern Africa, was because of Italy and their colonies and whatnot. Eventually, they just arrested Benito and switched sides, and then the Germans eventually took over and tried to get Benito, but he was eventually recaptured and then executed. So. When was he executed? 45? Yeah. Shot by communist partisans. So he wasn't executed, he was assassinated. So, on April 28th in 1945 at the age of 61. Yeah,
something like that, yeah.
Anyway, we also have 1944. Noorbeek became the first liberated community in the Netherlands during World War II. All right. And we also have the Second Quebec Conference. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, and the combined Chiefs of Staff met in Quebec City, Canada, to discuss Allied occupation zones, the Morning-Thue Plan, U.S. Lend-Lease aid to Britain, and the role of the Royal Navy. And the Lend-Lease was, of course, like our way of giving them arms and armor munitions and all that stuff. But what is this Morning-Thue Plan?
Yep.
Let's see here.
What does that mean?
A proposal to weaken Germany following World War II by eliminating its arms industry and removing or destroying other key industries. All right, so yeah, like
basically hitting their industrial complex.
Yeah, disabling their ability to do what they've already done.
Produce.
Yeah.
Yeah, to produce munitions and stuff like that, I would imagine.
Then we also have in 1944, the U.S. Army troops entered Germany for the first time. All right. Cool.
There we go.
And 1946, court-martial convicted Henry D. Mann to 20 years in Brussels. Huh. That's not good.
Who is Henry de Man?
No idea. Let's see here. Henry de Man. Let me look that up here. Henry de Man.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to know who he is.
He was a Belgian politician and leader of the Belgian Labour Party. He was one of the leading socialist theoreticians of his period, and during the German occupation of Belgium during World War II, was heavily involved in collaboration. Alright, so he's not a good guy. Oh.
No. Oh, doesn't sound like it.
No.
No.
Yeah, that was Belgium. Like, the Germans used Belgium as a way to get around the Maginot Line from in France.
Yep,
so.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to you, Miss Alice.
So I've been told. All right, what do we have here? We have in 1947, Pittsburgh's future Baseball Hall of Fame left fielder Ralph Kinner hits 2 home runs in against the Pirates, 4-3 win over the Boston Braves at Forbes Field, a record 8th home run in 4 games.
Wow. That's an average of 2 home runs a game. That's incredible. Oh, you're getting robot-y. Hello? Well, you're getting all robot-y, so I gotta continue. Yeah, there you are. Hello?
Oh, of course. Yep, can you hear me?
Yeah. You want to take this one and see if you're still...
Yeah, I can do this. This is 1948. Indian Army invades the state of... What is that? How do you say that? Give me 1 second to zoom in.
Hyderabad.
Oh, my God. Hyderabad. Yeah, there we go. Hyderabad, a day after Pakistani leader Muhammad Ali Jinnah passes away.
Wow. Aww. Wow, that's rude. So the day after they lost their leader, they invade.
That's rude.
That's not cool, India. Yeah. Come on. Like, I understand the rules of war, but like, yeah.
Well, India and Pakistan, like they all believe that they should be one country, but one of the two or something. It's crazy. Anyways, we have.
You're getting all robot-y again, Alice.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. 1949, Theodor Heuss elected first president of the German Federal Republic of West Germany, with Konrad Adenauer, the first prime minister.
You 3 sorries in a row. Like, my goodness. You.
Hey, third time's a charm.
You know, they say if you say I'm sorry into a mirror 3 times, you become a Canadian.
Oh gosh.
Like,
oh lordy lord.
Yeah, but what's all that about, eh? Anyway.
To boot democracy.
In 1950, Belgian government dismissed all communist civil servants, eh?
Oh God. Did you just really do that in Canadian?
Yes, I did.
You're gonna piss off some Canucks, man.
Fine with me. I live with one. I can handle myself.
Oh yeah. You have the right to make fun of him. Your dad's a Canadian.
Yep. But I'm not one. Thankfully, I'm not his blood, and he adopted me. So. So I get
Well,
all the
you're
perks of
technically
making
blood.
fun of a Canadian without having to be actually related to one. So
Technically, you are related to him. You do have a little Canadian blood in you.
what?
You poor thing. Yeah, I thought your pops was your.
No.
Well, we'll talk
No,
about
he's
that.
no, he's not linked to me by blood at all. His wife is my grandmother, biologically. So his wife was my grandmother. So yeah,
okay.
we'll get into that later. 1954, White Sox won their 90th game. First time they won this many since 1920. So 34 years it took. Yeah. Then 2 years later, 1956, black students entered and were barred from Clay, Kentucky Elementary School. Yeah, that became a whole thing. I think we're going to be talking about it again. We've spoken about it a couple of times recently. We also have 1958, Jack Kilby demonstrated his first integrated circuit, the IC, to his supervisor. Ooh, integrated circuit. Computing. So, while that was going on, we also here we go, the Little Rock crisis coming up.
Oh my gosh.
U.S. Supreme Court ordered the all-white Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas to integrate. So I was literally just saying, like, we were going to be talking about this again. I was right.
Yep.
So, yeah, there was a whole hoopla. A whole hoopla about all this. They had to send in the National Guard. They had to dethrone the governor, who, the governor himself came down and stood and blocked black kids from entering a school. Absolutely appalling.
Absolutely. I would say that everybody has a right to education, no matter where they're from, what their skin color is. You know, there's only one species of humankind, and it's the humans.
We're all humans, you know?
Yeah, we're all humans. You know, we all have different cultural things. I wouldn't call us different races because, you know, it's different cultural backgrounds and religious backgrounds.
This is how I view everything, okay? When you think of dogs, you have, Chihuahuas and Great Danes and Dobermans and Dalmatians. You have different types of big cats. You have recently it's been discovered that there's 4 species of giraffe, not just one. There's all these different subspecies, not really subspecies, they're lesser or anything, just, they're all related under the same cone. Well, humanity is the same thing. We have, the blacks, the whites, the Asians, the Hispanics, we are all humans. But we're all our own different things, all the other animal things. We're just animals.
At the end of the day, we all have the same organs and blood. We have different blood types, yeah. We all have the same organs, except for, based off of, man or female. Then you have a couple extra, but, we
share, 98% of DNA with a banana? What the heck? We are all connected. We're all one. Come on.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Let's just get a bong, dude. Come on. Let's get a bong.
Anyway, in 1959, American Western series Bonanza, starring Lorne Greene, Dan Blocker, and Michael London, premiered on NBC TV. All right. Bonanza. 1959, Luna 2, launched by USSR, became the first spacecraft to impact the moon. That wasn't a soft landing. It impacted the moon. But still...
Well, obviously it wasn't a soft landing.
Hey, they wanted to beat us to it, and by golly gee williker diggly dong darn it, they did.
They did on many things. That's the one thing, when they call it the space race, Russia beat us on many things. The only thing they didn't beat us on was getting to the moon with a manned personnel, supposedly.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Well, here's my thing. Now, there's one of two things that happened. Okay, one, I initially believed that, yes, we did land on the moon, but not before 1970. However, 1969, Apollo 11 could have happened, and the whole, it was all, on a soundstage. Maybe that could be true as well, because maybe all the radiation wiped the original footage on the actual moon, so they had to redo it.
That could be true.
Yeah.
Because, the moon doesn't have, a shield for it.
Yeah, so. It doesn't have a bubble magnet.
Polar radiation field. Yeah, it doesn't have it doesn't have a magnetic field. At least I don't think the moon doesn't have a magnetic field, does it?
Not to my knowledge, or it's very weak. But here's the thing: if you take a cassette tape, just like any a video cassette tape or whatever, from our childhood, and just take a normal magnet and just run it across the front, then that tape is now ruined forever. Okay?
Yep.
If a little magnet can do that, now you're out in space, just open to God knows what, It's
What is that belt between us and the moon? That radiation belt? Was it called the Van Hyde or?
I don't know, but we got to continue on here.
Yeah.
1960.
We could talk about this in the. We could talk about this in the peanut.
All right, yeah, let's talk about that in the peanut. So
Alright,
let
I'll
me
put
add that
in the
in
peanut.
here while you take this one here.
All right, you add it in, I'll read. So we have 1960, we have John F. Kennedy states he does not speak for the Roman Catholic Church, and neither does the church for him. Good on you, Kennedy.
Yep.
And also 1961, we have NASA civilian pilot Joseph A. Walter takes an X-15 to 34,840 meters above the Earth's surface.
Yes. So the X-15, was an experimental thing to break the sound barrier and all that stuff.
Dude, the X-15 was an amazing ship.
That's the one that they dropped from. They actually brought it up to a certain altitude on a larger plane and then dislodged it or let it go and then it flew from there. So
yeah, they do that with certain types of crafts, just to save gasoline and stuff like that and energy.
Yep.
What else do we have? We have a world record here, or actually no, we have 1964. We have the first football game at Shea Stadium. The Jets defeat Denver 30-6. They didn't even get the field goal.
Ouch.
They missed the field goal.
Just painful. Painful.
For the extra point. No 2-point conversion, no field goal. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Straight to Gulag.
Oh.
You're going to Brazil.
Oh my God. We have in 1964 here. We have the Canyonlands National Park is designated as a national park. Where is that located, by the way?
I would assume has to be in the southwest, over
I would
by
imagine
the canyons.
the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Oh, it's in Utah actually.
It's
in southeastern Utah. It is known for its dramatic desert landscape carved by the Colorado River. Island in the sky is a huge flat-top mesa with panoramic overlooks. Other notable areas include the towering rock pinnacles known as the Needles, the remote canyons of the Maze and the Native American rock paintings in Horseshoe Canyon. Whitewater rapids flow through Cataract Canyon. Wow, I want to go there.
Here, let me see the picture there.
Yeah, let me open up images here really quick. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Let me figure this here.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, this is the island that they were talking about. Look at that.
Oh, dude, yeah, the floating island. Oh, that arch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like that all came from wind flow and sand like running across it. That's what's really
look at that.
cool.
Look at that. God. Oh my God.
Oh, that's beautiful. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
We got cows.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, shit snacks. We have here in 1964 A Fistful of Dollars, a film that started spaghetti western genre. Fistful of Dollars premieres, directed by Sergio Leone, starring Clint Eastwood in his first leading role. Damn, that came out today.
Yeah,
Good
I
on
have
you,
a fistful.
Clint Eastwood.
I have a fistful of a $5 bill. Just one $5 bill.
I've got a fistful of Clint Eastwood that would totally like.
Whoa, Alice! Holy crap!
Dude,
wow, you have any idea how bad that sounds? Holy shit!
I got a fistful of Clint Eastwood that will knock the fuck out of Chuck Norris.
Oh my God! What are you saying?
That has to go into quotes.
What are you even saying? Okay, that's going into quotes. What does that even mean?
A fistful of, I don't know, but it sounds badass. I got a fistful of Clint Eastwood that will knock Chuck Norris out. The only person who could take Chuck Norris out is Clint Eastwood. You know that.
Alice.
You know that. I know that. We all know it.
I don't know, Alice. Anyway, Jesus, I don't even want to explain what is going through my brain when you said that. Like, 1966, Gemini the 11th with Charles Pete Conrad and Richard F. Gordon aboard launched for 71-hour flight. All right.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
There we go.
Also have in 1968, Albania announced it is withdrawing from the Warsaw Pact. Oh, that's big.
Dude, let's just briefly touch over what the Warsaw Pact is.
Basically, it was the Soviet Union's Iron Curtain, Warsaw Pact. It was what sparked the NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. The Warsaw Pact was a collective defense treaty established by the Soviet Union and seven other Soviet satellite states in Central and Eastern Europe: Albania, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, Hungary, Poland, and Romania. Albania withdrew in 1968, as we just said. So.
Yep. There we go.
And I'm going to add these two links in the underbar if anybody wants to read more about the Warsaw Pact and whatnot. Let me add these in here.
It was an interesting one.
That is a very big pact in history.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was. Anyways, where are we next now?
We also have in 1970, Palestinian terrorists blew up 3 hijacked airliners in Jordan, continuing to hold the passengers hostage in various undisclosed locations in Amman. Yeah.
I saw a movie about this. But it was only based off, I think, one airplane. Like, this is during, like, the whole, like, era where they wanted to hijack planes all the time.
Yeah, it became a thing for a while. Like.
Yeah, it did, because it was so easy to do. But then after 9/11, it wasn't so easy to do.
No, well, thankfully.
Now
you gotta get in the thing, get your scan, get the star, the diamond over your head, all that stuff. Like, literally a scene out of Total Recall when he was walking through that X-ray and they saw he had a gun on him. So.
Yep.
But anyway, 1970 as well, Soviet unmanned spacecraft Luna 16 landed on the moon. All right.
Launched to the moon.
Oh, launched to the moon. Not landed. Thank you. And while that was happening as well in 1970, supersonic airliner Concorde landed for the first time at Heathrow Airport. That's in London.
Oh, dude, can I do this other 1970 here?
Yes, go for it. It's your turn
anyway.
Oh
my God. Like, okay, we have 1970. We have the U.S. LSD professor Timothy Leary escapes from California jail.
That is the most Californian sentence I've seen, like, today. Like, dude, everything there. Leary, he's a scientist who studies LSD. He was in jail in California and he broke out. What more movie plot do you want?
Yeah, dude. Well, not only that, but Tim Leary, he was like the man of like acid. He
invented it.
Hallucinogenic. Yeah, Tim Leary. Like, there used to be a strip you could buy back in the day called Tim Leary strips, and they're like, what?
What?
Yeah. Well, it was acid.
Well,
this is back in high school.
At least that's better than a fistful of what's his face?
Clint Eastwood.
I don't want a fistful of Clint Eastwood. That sounds nasty.
I got a fistful. Fistful of Clint. Oh, I see where your mind went on that one.
Yes,
now.
About time, Alice. Jeez, don't tell me you're not that pure, Alice. Come on.
Shush. I am purer than snow.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say snow, I mean cocaine.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. No, anyways, we're going 1972. We have the TV sitcom Maude, a spin-off of All in the Family, starring Bea Arthur and Bill Macy, premieres on CBS.
I remember they did a bit about that on Family Guy, like, and then along comes Maude, and then, oh, come on, where's Maude?
Maude. We also have in 1973, we have two bettors win largest U.S. daily double of that's $19,909.60 in Detroit.
Yeah, that's just a daily double or whatever. It's one of the small
the daily
things,
double.
Whatever those are.
We also have a coup d'etat, we said last year.
Yep.
A coup d'etat the coup overthrows Ethiopian Emperor Haile Selassie on Ethiopia's National Day. That's rude.
Yeah, I know. That's rude. That is rude. It's a national day. Off with you. Goodbye. Wait. Hold on a second. This is supposed to be a day of jubilation, not coup d'etats.
I gotta do the next two here.
Yeah, go for it.
We have in 1974, Jeff Skunk Baxter joins Doobie Brothers.
Doobie!
The Doobie Brothers. I love the Doobie Brothers. And also today, 1975, we have Wish You Were Here's album. Well, actually, it was called Wish You Were Here. Pink Floyd releases their 9th album, Wish You Were Here.
All right.
How I wish. I love how they show an old picture of Roger Moore, but a younger picture of David
Roger
Gilmour.
Moore. Wait,
Roger Moore, he was the bass player.
You mean Roger Waters?
No, yeah, I'm sorry, Roger Waters. Sorry.
It says it right there,
Yeah,
Roger
Waters. I don't. God, you don't. I'm sorry. They're both British. Okay.
Oh, so now you're saying all British people are the same? That's racist.
No, that's culturist.
Why are you being racist towards the British, huh? Because they have
I'm not being racist. I'm being culturist. I'm sorry. They all look the same.
They certainly all don't sound the same. Tell you that.
No, they don't. Actually, they don't. Like, depending on what part of person from England they're from, there are some who actually I had this friend. She had a Cockney accent, and I could only pick out 4 words a frickin' paragraph that she was saying to kind of get an understanding.
It's
it took
wild.
her to come to America. It took her to come to America and live here for a year to finally have her accent more understandable.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Dude,
it was that bad. It's like unfortunately there was this really cool guy. Well, I'll talk about that.
Yeah, well, I just want to say, for how small of a nation Britain is, they have more accents than we do. Like, we have Southern, we have Western, we have Surfer, we have, New England, we have Eastern, we have a good handful, but I don't know, can somebody do some digging and tell us in the comments section who has more accents, UK or US? That's a good question.
I would go with UK.
Who has more
Well,
accents?
because if you're saying UK, then you're adding in Scotland and also Wales.
Let's see
and
here.
Was it North Ireland too?
Spoken English shows great variation across regions where it is the predominant language. The United Kingdom has the largest variation of accents of any country in the world. No single British accent exists. Well, there we go. Not only do they have more than us, they have more than anybody. Freaking Britain.
I knew it.
Oh my god. Well, I wonder if that's including all the refugees and all the immigrants and everything, So
maybe
I don't know.
be right.
That's going to require a lot more. But for the sake of time, I'm going to rattle us off for a little bit here.
Yeah, go ahead.
1977, anti-apartheid activist Steve Biko died in police custody from his injuries after being beaten and tortured by police. That's awful. 1978, the situation comedy Taxi premiered on ABC television, starring Judd Hirsch, Jeff Conway, Danny DeVito, Tony Danza, Marilu Henner, and Andy Kaufman. Those are all big names today. That was a funny show.
That was a great show, dude. We actually should watch some of the episodes from back in the day sometime.
We should. I remember when the because Danny DeVito, we didn't know he was a short guy back then. So we always saw him behind the counter. He was this big imposing guy. He was like, "That's it, I'm coming out there to kick your ass." He opens the door. Out comes this 3 foot nothing. What the hell is this little blueberry guy? What the? That was so unexpected.
I almost thought you were gonna say Oompa Loompa.
No, he's too fat to be an Oompa Loompa. No offense. But
no, there was a fat Oompa Loompa once upon a time.
Probably. Anyway, we also have 1979 Boston Red Sox Carl Yastrzemski got his 3,000th hit off New York Yankee Jim Beattie. Ah, dang. And while that was going on, Hurricane Frederick hit Mobile, Alabama, causing this a $5 and $23 million in damage. Holy crap. And
damn.
And then we also have in 1979, we're going to be in 79 for a minute here, Indiana Pacers cut Ann Myers, first woman on an NBA club.
What?
So they removed her?
Nice. Or she retired.
They cut her.
Aww.
Yeah, it says they cut her. So I think they fired her. Huh. And then we also have Indonesia was hit with an earthquake that measures 8.1 on the Richter scale. And that reminds me, we've yet to talk about it. Recently there was Morocco, right?
They're saying now it's over 2,000 deaths.
Holy crap. Wow. Now my heart goes out to those people.
It was 6.8 or 6.9 on the Richter scale.
Wow. Yeah, and this was an 8.1.
And then an hour later, it got a 4.9. But the 6.9 one actually only lasted for a few seconds.
That's all it takes.
No more than like 20 seconds. Yeah, it's all it takes.
Anyway, we also have 1981. Alice, why don't you take this one? You're a Smurf.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord! 1981 Smurfs animated cartoon series by Hanna-Barbera, first broadcast in North America.
You're starting to get a little robot-y. We can hear most of that, but you're getting a little robot-y.
Oh, yeah. So the Smurfs debuted today in 1981 on the what is it? The NBC? No,
Hanna-Barbera.
Oh no, in North America. It's in North America.
Yeah.
So I remember the Smurfs. We also have here in 1981, we have Springbok Tour of New Zealand. All hell breaks loose as anti-tour supporters fight police and planes flower bomb the sighting third match won by the All Blacks. Oh my God, they flower bombed them.
Yeah, it's like they actually like they flew an aircraft and threw like baking flour like to bake a cake flour, like like what
in
the hell?
In like water balloons.
Wow.
Like basically, essentially water balloons. So like once they like hit the ground, it goes poof poof poof.
No, I don't think it was water.
Like those,
I think they were just throwing out handfuls of, or just dumping the bags over. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, no. I don't think they were. No. Flower bombing means like they're throwing like things that like when they hit the ground they poof. It's like it's like antiquing. Like it's like your hand. Like instead of a handful of flour to someone's face, it's like you throw a really weak water balloon at them, and then all of a sudden flour explodes in their face. They flower bombed them. So,
all right.
So basically, or they just threw bags. So anyways, let's move on up.
Yeah.
We have 1981 Red Sox rookie Bob Ojeda no hits Yanks for 8 innings before Rick Serrano and David Winfield lead off ninth with back-to-back doubles.
I can't. You just started saying. I had the image of people throwing entire sacks of flour off of planes and it blowing up on impact with people.
That could kill somebody.
I know, right?
See, that would kill somebody. So that's what I was saying. When you flower bomb, you're throwing little water balloons down.
Oh, no, just throw the entire sack over it.
Dude, will you look up for later and see if there's actual video footage of this flower bombing? Because there might be. I would say that we don't have to watch it now, but like after the show, we definitely should.
1981 New
Zealand.
Zealand.
Flower bombing.
Oh God.
See, I told you exactly what it was. They threw like little water balloons filled with flour.
Oh my goodness.
Down onto the ground.
Oh, we gotta keep. I put this in the underbar as well.
After the show.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll watch that.
1981 as well. 1983. Albert Rizzo trod water at sea for 108 hours and 9 minutes. So he's like just treading water.
Damn.
Pardon me.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Let's see here. 1983 as well.
I was going to music listeners.
1983 as well. Security guard Victor Girona robbed West Hartford Company of $7 million. Holy.
Oh, wow.
How?
Obviously, he didn't get away with it because I know who it was. But anyways, let me while you have your sneeze back, just do the music histories.
This one.
All right, well,
take this one.
All right, 1983, USSR vetoes UN resolution deploring its shooting down of Korean plane.
Oh well. Why they feel just? They shot down a Korean airliner, I believe. I think.
That's why I said Korean plane.
It said plane. It's not specifying airliner or military, but I think this because there was an incident, if my memory recollects correctly, of the USSR shooting down a Korean civilian airliner that strayed a little like too far into Soviet airspace or something accidentally, and they just like shot it down or whatever. Or maybe that was a different. It could have happened multiple times. I don't know. But anyway,
Korea does border Russia, so there might have been some type of oopsies.
Take this
but
one.
Who knows? All right, so we got music history in '84. Cyndi Lauper sings "She Bop" on the Tonight Show.
Is that the one that goes like da 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 da?
Honestly, I never like listened to Cyndi Lauper that much. I just liked her hair.
Of course, you like her hair.
Really care for her. I liked her hair, but I didn't care for her music. It was too poppy for me. Anyways, like I like Depeche Mode and stuff like that. I mean, I guess that's kind
84,
of
poppy. Alice, come on.
But yeah, anyways, let's go on. Anyways, we got 1984 New York Mets Dwight Gooden sets Ricky strikeout record at 251.
Wow.
And we also had same day, same year, Ethiopia forms a socialist republic.
Huh. All right. We also have 1985 flight readiness firing of Atlantis main engines 20 seconds. So I believe that's a space shuttle something or other going on. We also have 1986 240.49 million shares were traded in the New York Stock Exchange. The MLB Minnesota Twins fire manager Ray Miller and replace him with coach Tom Kelly. Okay.
Which actually was pretty good because in '89, another manager, we became World Series champions.
86 as well, U.S. professor Joseph Sisipio is kidnapped and held hostage in Beirut.
Sisipio.
Yeah, Sisipio, whatever. Weird names, I can't pronounce everything right.
Beirut,
yeah. Let's see here. 1987, Ethiopia adopted a constitution. All right.
There you go.
Yeah. And then 1988, the first NFL regular season game played in Phoenix, Cowboys beat the Cardinals. All right.
Oh, damn. Can I take that 1990?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, no, actually, I want to do both then. Les Miserables opens at the Circus Theater in Stockholm, Sweden. I love that play. It's a really good play.
I have yet to see it.
It's a good movie, too. Les Miserables, or The Miserables, as some people will say. 1990, we have the U.S., the United Kingdom, France, USSR, I almost did it again, East and West Germany signed agreements allowing two Germanys to merge.
I got you.
So, yeah,
you had me question whether or not earlier that you were going to go with USA or USSR because you said, oh, maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't, and you just admitted it. You just admitted that you're the second time. I got you. Okay.
But yeah, anyways, they decided the allowing two Germanys to merge. So this is the fall of the cold of the USSR and the Berlin Wall and everything.
Yep.
So. Anywho's, where are we at? 1992, Hurricane Inuki pounds Hawaii. It couldn't help it just because of the phrasing.
It just pounds Hawaii, just like.
Yep. It doesn't even tell you what category it was when it hit Hawaii.
Yeah.
But But we also have a 92 an event of interest. We have Mae Jemison is the first African American woman to go into space aboard the Endeavour. Which was the STS-47.
Yeah, STS-47. That's the name of their missions and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, May, congrats to you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. 1993, Paul Mulzier at 37 was the oldest to reach 100 RBIs, which is runnings, battings, and ins, for the first time in career. All right.
Hell yeah, dude. Is that a Twins jersey he's wearing?
Let's see here. Infielder.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is. Okay,
See, I recognized the name. Yeah, see? Minnesota has some good stuff to offer.
Yeah. Oh, too bad you're from Wisconsin.
No, I'm not.
1994, Frank Eugene Corder crashed a Cessna plane into the south lawn of the White House, killing himself. Yikes.
Oh, damn.
I remember when that happened. And then somebody else landed like an aircraft later on. Somebody else landed like a helicopter in the Kremlin or something. I don't remember. Like that. Some of these things have happened. We also have Belarus in 1995. Military shot down a hydrogen balloon, killing its 2 U.S. pilots. That's not good.
Oh.
That's an international incident right there.
Yeah. And it's Belarus, too.
Yeah. 1995, INX's Michael...
Nope. You said it wrong. It's in excess.
In excess, okay. Michael Hutchinson's pled guilty to punching a photographer. I don't blame him. Like...
he did the song, I Need You Tonight.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that's Michael Hutchins. Yeah, from In Excess.
Okay.
Yeah.
He punched the photographer. I don't blame him. Like, the paparazzi really gets in your face. I hope he punched like the lens square on. He just like mushed the camera into the guy's face. Like, I really do.
Yeah. Well, also remember like Bjork, from the Icelandic singer. She had her baby. And she just came off the airport, and there's a bunch of cameras on her, and she attacked a reporter, because she was trying to take pictures of her kid, and she's like, no, not doing that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but that happened in, I think, the 90s or early 2000s, some juncture.
I'm going to take us up to 97 here. We are on the hour, and we still have 26 years to cover. The United Nations passed a resolution allowing Iraq to reach $2.14 billion in oil sales limit under its oil for food program. All right.
Dang.
1999, Farm Aid 12 held in Bristow, Virginia. Performers included Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, Dave Matthews Band, Susan Tradinsky, Keb Mo, Dina Carter, and the Bare Naked Ladies.
What, the Bare Naked Ladies?
The Bare Naked Ladies.
I do like the fact that Dave Matthews was there.
Yeah.
He's South African, by the way, too, Dave Matthews.
We also have in 99, Indonesia announced it will allow international peacekeepers into East Timor. All right.
Yeah.
And now back to you, Miss Alice. What do we got? Holland. Here we go.
What we got in the spry year of 2000, Holland, the Netherlands, in quotations there, passes law allowing same-gender marriage, adoption, and divorce.
Those are called parentheses, by the way, not quotations.
Okay, well.
Parentheses.
I'm going to call it the womb.
The womb?
From now on.
Oh my god!
Yeah, in the womb. Yep, alright. We also have 2001... Ansett, Australia. Australia's first commercial interstate airline collapses due to increased strain on the international airline industry, leaving 10,000 people unemployed. Well, I guess it's kind of a lady death, but they just didn't die. Their souls died with their dignity.
10,000. Holy crap. This is why we should not allow these companies to get that big. Because when they go, and they will go, nothing lasts forever, it will affect an insurmountable amount of people, and we got to stop that. Yeah, well, look at Disney right now. Anyways, let's go to 2001. We have Article 5 of the NATO agreement is invoked for the first and only time in response to the September 11th, 2001 attacks against the United States of America. Article 5 of NATO agreement. So let's look at this here. Article 5 provides that if a NATO ally is a victim of an armed attack, each and every other member of the alliance will consider this an act of violence as an armed attack against all members and will take the actions it deems necessary to assist the ally attacked. So this is where the coalition came from.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is how things like World Wars start, Agreements.
Well, remember that only yesterday was 9/11. It was the 22nd year.
Yeah.
Son.
Yeah. We also have in 2003 in Fallujah, U.S. forces mistakenly shot and killed 8 Iraqi police officers. Yikes. Whoops.
Ooh. Whoops. Yep. But in response, because we decided to attack Iraq, thinking it was them, when it's more than likely Saudi Arabia.
It wasn't. Iraq had nothing to do with that. It was Bin Laden was tied with Saudi Arabia. Had nothing to do with Iraq. There's no reason.
Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran.
No, Iran had nothing to do with it either. Or maybe.
I suppose, yeah. Well, no, you might be right, but I think Yeah, you're right. Well, we'll talk about that in the peanut.
Yeah. 2003, United Nations lifted sanctions against Libya after it agreed to accept responsibility and compensate the families of victims in the 1988 bombing of the Pan Am Flight 103. That took a while.
Oh God,
That took 12. That took 15 years. Wow. Justice needs to be served faster than that. 2005, Hong Kong Disneyland opened in Penny's Bay, Lantau Island, Hong Kong. And that put it into the fake. Hold on a second. Chinese knockoff Disneyland, because they were building something. Like it's a whole right here. See, like this is it's still out there abandoned. I think I'm not sure if they demolished it, but like right here you can see they're building a castle. They're trying to build as what Chinese does with everything. China does with everything. They make knockoffs. So like here's,
well, it is what it is, and just like much of their stuff they've built up, nobody's living in it, nobody's using it, they wasted their money.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's move on up here.
2005 as well, Israel completed its withdrawal of all troops and settlers from the Gaza Strip.
Damn.
Yep. And 2005 as well, this guy here. Go for it, Alice.
We have Mark Messier announces on ESPN radio that he will retire from the NHL. Aww.
Yep. Ooh.
I remember him.
Oh, yikes.
We have 2005, the bodies of more than 40 patients discovered in flooded hospital in New Orleans. This is after the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
Yep. Because we're in the time of Hurricane Katrina craziness, and it only got worse after because of the poor response, just like they did in Lahia. They did to New Orleans and the South.
Well, that's a whole other story.
They just did a little bit. Yeah, that's a whole nother kick there. Anyways, we have in 2005 the Red-Green Coalition led by Jens Stoltenberg. Stoltenberg wins the Norwegian parliamentary election, taking 87 of the 169 seats in the parliament.
Whoa, that's a take.
That's it. Yeah.
Now this one is an eyebrow raiser here.
Yeah, we have 2007. This is an event of interest for former Filipino president Joseph Estrada is convicted of the crime of plunder.
Plunder.
So he's full.
I know, like that's it seems so silly to me. Like, in today's world, like, you have like, all this like serious stuff, and then you're gonna go and say like, oh, you are now being charged with the crime of plunder. What is this? Pirates of the Caribbean? You plundered me, booty matey. Like,
Oh yeah. Well, I love the picture. It is orange, like deer hunting out.
I love how like it looks like. Anyways. Hold on a second. Let me get a bigger picture of him. It looks like there's a tiny him on his lapel, like waving. He's like, "Hi," like poking out of his pocket or something.
Yep. That's cute. I love the plaid shirt underneath it. But
this guy.
The same day, same year, we have Shinzo Abe announces his intention to resign as Prime Minister of Japan.
Shinzo Abe.
Assassinated?
Yeah, he was the guy who got assassinated with that homemade gun. Yeah, like that was I remember that. That was
This happened like in the last year or so.
Yeah, this was like last.
Or 2.
Hold on a second. I think it happened in 2021. No, 2022, July 8th. I thought it was the 6th. No, it was July 8th. So 4 days after. I remember that week specifically because a lot of crazy stuff happened. So, and
yeah,
Shinzo
he was
Abe.
giving a speech in Japan. Someone killed him. Yeah, that's right. He is the same guy. But yeah, he retired as Prime Minister. Anyways, let's move on up.
Yeah, well, I just want to say Shinzo Abe was one of the greatest things Japan ever had. Like, he really helped him out. I don't know exactly what he did, but it says here he did some stuff economically and whatnot. So, but he really pulled Japan out of some kind of hole. And then, as I said before, everybody who, like, it seems everybody who actually does good for the world and for people ends up getting assassinated. And here's another example. So, But what else do we got here? Let's see here.
I was going to go to
2009.
this 2009 in black here, actually.
This one. This one.
Well, actually, can I do the next one too?
Yeah, go for
We
it.
have South Africa claims third Tri-Nations rugby series with 39-29 win over defending champions New Zealand in Hamilton. Stan brothers dominate with the boot. Mornay kicks 2 penalties, 2 conversions, and dropped a goal. Francois 3 penalties. But that was what wasn't what I found interesting. I found in the same day, same year, the 9/12 Project organized multiple marches and demonstration across the USA to protest the government spending.
Yeah, like the Occupy Wall Street movements and all that stuff. Like, I was talking about this yesterday.
Yeah, well,
it's wild how the system, like, you know, converted all these people who were against them into all these people who were for them and acted as soldiers. You know?
Well, the Occupy Wall Street thing, in all honesty, that was stupid in my opinion for certain reasons, but I won't go there. However, the idea of government spending and people protesting that you're spending too much for what we're taking in, you're making us broke by increasing our taxes to pay for it, and you guys are exempt from taxes, and you guys are the ones spending it. This is why I think that there are certain reasons why people. Anyway. Well, this is also before. This is 2009.
I know, but you know, now you're saying that, I'm like, well, that's very topical with what's going on today.
Yeah, let's just skip this music crap right here. We don't care about them.
I have a tennis somewhere. Where'd it go? 2009. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, the U.S. Open women's tennis. Belgian Kim Clijsters. I know why you said that. Becomes first unseeded player and wild card to win the tournament. Beats Caroline Wozniacki in Denmark 7-5 and 6-3.
I know I didn't do it because of the name. Like, I just, like, if it's like, you know, the first something, like, you know, I like to put that in because, you know, the first of anything is always interesting. So the first unseeded player, whatever that means. I don't know what unseeded player means, but, you know, it sounds interesting. So whoever does, if they're watching the show, you know, it's something interesting for them. It's not always about me, you know?
I'm going to move to 2012. 18 soldiers are killed by a rebel car bomb in Syria.
Yeah.
And then
well,
to follow the
here.
same day, same year, 314 people are killed in factory fire in Karachi and Lahore in Pakistan. I wonder if they're related for some reason.
2012s here.
Yeah, well, why don't you take the rest of the...
All right, 2012 as well. Apple unveiled its iPhone 5 and iOS 6. I remember that. And while that was happening, excavators announced that they may have found the remains of King Richard III of England under a car park in Leicester. And yes, it actually was him. They discovered, you know, through ancient maps, or like not ancient, but like, you know, old maps and whatnot, that like the catacombs he was entombed in, you know, the church was in this area, and it turned out to now be a car park. And then they did some GPR, and they're like, oh, there's something down there, you know, GPR being ground penetrating radar. And then they dug it up, and lo and behold, they found a skeleton, and they did their science stuff and figured out it was indeed King Richard III. So that's wild. You know, all this time he was just, you know, could you imagine being some random British guy going to like the grocery or whatever, parking in a parking lot, and then like, you know, later finding out that you parked on top of like one of your former lords? Wow. We also have, let's see, we got that. 2015, 12 tourists mistaken for militants were killed by Egyptian forces in Egypt's western desert. Well, that's not good. 2 years later, Apple unveiled premium iPhone 10 costing $999 along with iPhone 8. And this is when it started becoming really apparent that they were nothing but greedy, you know, garbage. 2017 as well, Hope Hicks appointed permanent White House Communications Director after working in an interim role. That's interesting. And we also have Lady Gaga confirmed her battle with chronic illness, fibromyalgia. Yikes. Yeah, what is...
my mom has fibromyalgia. So, yeah, that sucks. It's a weird type of stuff.
It is a chronic, long-lasting disorder that causes pain and tenderness throughout the body, as well as fatigue and trouble sleeping. Scientists do not fully understand what causes it, but people with the disorder have a heightened sensitivity to pain. Yikes. So your poor mom must
Yeah.
always be in pain. That's
Yeah, well, she also has lupus and COPD too. So
Jeez.
I mean, she's just all sorts of. She's just a walking mess. But God bless her. She acts strong with it.
I don't think
so.
God's blessing her. I don't know.
No, God is blessing her. God's not giving her what she can't handle.
Anyway, we also have 2017 monster fatberg at 250 meters long, 130 tons, and the size of 11 buses was found in sewers under East London. And to those who do not know, a fatberg is a congealed lump of God knows what in sewer systems. Like every time you throw something in the sewer, like whatever goes down the storm drains, whatever whatever you flush down the toilets, whenever you go, you release fat molecules and stuff. And whatever people dispose of, through the garbage disposal, eggs and leftover food and all that stuff, chew it up in the garbage disposal. So all that fat and all that stuff in that heat starts congealing and morphing, and eventually it turns into a fatberg, which is like an iceberg, but just of fat and other stuff down there in the sewers. And this one was the size of 11 buses long. That is oh my God.
And 130 tons.
130 tons of just stuff that was built up in the sewers that
Of
didn't
human
pass through.
waste.
Yeah, well, human waste along with everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, human waste and nature flowing down the sewers. Yeah, way to go, London.
Yeah. Well, that's not just London. There's fatbergs all over the world. If there's a sewer system, there will be a fatberg. So we've had them out here in the States all the time. Yeah. So this was just a really big one.
I don't doubt that we.
Yeah. Anyway, 2018, European Parliament voted to pursue disciplinary action against Hungary for anti-democratic actions. First ever such a vote. 2018 as well, more than 3,600 children reported abused by Catholic priests in Germany between 1946 through 2014 in leaked reports. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's awful. And then we also have 2018, the oldest known human drawing discovered, a hashtag-like abstract drawing with red ochre, 73,000 years old, in Blombos Cave, South Africa, published in Nature. So let me look this up here. 2018. Let me see if there's an image of this. Oh, okay. So this, the oldest known art. Human drawing. Wow. That's incredible. Alice, you want to take 2021 here? Paris somewhere. Where are we? Here we go.
All right. In 2021, Paris Arc de Triomphe, covered in fabric in tribute to the late artist Christo, his unfulfilled project.
And this one is really interesting.
We also have in 2021, Taliban says women must study in gender-segregated classroom in Afghanistan. Oh, bro, imagine that.
Well, I mean, see, here's
this
the
is
thing.
right after. Oh.
What we're not seeing,
no.
what you're not seeing here, Alice, is the fact that they're allowing them to study. Now, study what is another conversation, but they're allowing them to study.
Yeah.
This is progress.
Yeah,
The Taliban, of all people, is allowing women to study anything. Not anything, but to study, period. They're giving them
to go to
rights.
school and get educated. Yeah.
They're slowly
and
evolving.
This is actually after Joe Biden, killed, allowed 13 of our soldiers to die with the leaving of Afghanistan.
That's a whole conversation in itself. But why don't you take this last 2021 here, and then I'll take last year, and then wrap us up.
You just take the rest after this. We have the world's largest container ship, the Everest, 400 meters long, which is 1,300 feet, carrying 23,992 containers, arrives in the first row on its maiden voyage. This isn't the Evergreen that blocked up that tributary, is it?
I don't believe so, but Ace.
No, that's Race. I think it's Evergreen, right?
Well,
This is the largest container ship now.
this is the largest container ship, but I mean, it appears to be owned by Evergreen. Evergreen is the company, Alice. It's not the name of the ship. Evergreen
was
is
it
the name of the
same
company.
ship, though, that actually like blocked up that place in the Middle East?
The Suez Canal, you mean?
Yeah.
Name of ship that blocked Suez Canal. It was the Ever Given or Evergreen. The Ever Given. This is Ever Ace. So this is another.
Right,
Evergreen is the company. Ever,
okay, cool.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not the name of the ship. The Evergreen is a company, like Maersk. You know, Maersk is a shipping company. You know, you've heard of Maersk Sealand. So, have you?
What? Say that one more time.
Maersk. Have you heard of Maersk? These guys.
No.
Well,
No. I recognize the label. Yeah, I've seen it before.
That's
but
a
I've never
shipping
seen
company. So Maersk is a shipping
okay.
company, much like Evergreen. Now, the ship that blocked it was an Evergreen ship, but its name was Ever Given. So.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I want to move on to 2022. Lee Jung-jae, star of Squid Game, was the first person from a foreign language show to win an Emmy for Best Actor in a Drama. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
We also have modern slavery, which is forced labor and forced marriages, has increased by 10 million to 50 million people in the last 5 years, according to the UN's International Labor Organization. Well, it doesn't help that, you know, these same government people are trying to squish things like Sound of Freedom that's trying to bring to light some of these slaves. So, yeah. We also have 2022 outbreak of fighting between Armenia and Azerbaijan killed about 100 soldiers. Yeah. Then Queen Elizabeth II's coffin made a ceremonial procession down the Royal Mile, Edinburgh, from the Palace of Holy Roadhouse to St. Giles Cathedral, where 20,000 people queued to pay their respects. And we have a new one here. This happened today, 2023. U.S. rocker Bruce Springsteen, at the age of 73, postponed remaining 8 shows of his summer tour under doctor's advice to treat peptic ulcer disease. That sounds awful. Peptic ulcer disease. Like, what, like Pepto-Bismol or something went bad, or what happened?
Who knows? Sounds like it.
Yeah. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description below for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. Please go check out our link tree, go to our various other video sharing streaming sites, to our social medias, go check out our affiliates. All these links you see here will be down there after this live stream, of course. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 12 Mountain, 1 Central.
And 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, for all of you and all of us, I'm Mayor Xander.
I am the lovely Alice of Who.
And you viewer are you, and until you catch us Friday, because we're off Wednesdays and Thursdays, so until you catch us Friday, or if you're interested in some notable events, weather, and sports, that's coming up at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Anyway, until you see us again, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Woo! Woo!